I wish you a very warm welcome to this wonderful session of online education. In this video tutorial, we will be discussing about another precious chapter about health and disease. Okay. As you know, health is a positive concept. The health deals with personal resources. It is one of the social resources, and also it refers to the physical capabilities of individual. When a person is healthy, it means that when a person is healthy, the full life can be enjoyed. So students, today's topic is about health and disease. Okay. First of all, to discuss what is health. What is health? We cannot call a person healthy when there is no disease. We cannot call him healthy. Health is a complete state of, physical, physiological, mental and social well-being. Okay. The health, we can call it healthy when the individual is physically fit, physiologically the functions are well defined, mentally fit, and socially it can make healthy relationship with its neighbors. Okay. Recently, these concepts were given according to WHO, which was established in Geneva of Switzerland in 7th April 1948. So, 7th April of every year has been observed as World Health Day. Okay, remember this. So, recently, according to WHO concept, the spiritual health is also added to it. Spiritual. So, the health is the integration of physical, physiological, mental, social and spiritual abilities of an individual. When anything is deviated from it, the person cannot be called as healthy individual. Okay. In recent time, it is found that the health is, in recent time, it is seen that the health is affected by a number of factors. So, how the health, what are the basic components affecting health? Okay, let's erase it. The health is primarily affected by infections. First, health is primarily affected by infections. The second concept, it is also affected by the lifestyle of individual. Infection, lifestyle and genetic disorder. These are the various concepts which various factors affecting the health. Okay. Come to the concept of epidemiology. What is epidemiology? Epidemiology deals with the branch of medical science which deals with the distribution of disease in human being and also the factors determining the distribution of disease. Okay. Let us come to epidemiology. So, it deals with two factors, distribution of disease distribution of disease among human population and various factors affecting the disorder. Okay, it is epidemiology. John Snow is known as father of epidemiology. John Snow is father of epidemiology. Okay, then come to disease. What do you mean by diseases? The diseases are the conditions of body in which the body part has been deviated from normal function, or it is a harmful condition or a harmful deviation which disturb the normal body function. Defined as the harmful deviation from normal structural and functional ability. Normal structural and functional ability of the individual. This condition is called as disease. Okay. Simply it is called as malfunctioning of the body parts. Malfunctioning of body part is called as disease. The diseases are divided into two categories. The first is congenital disease. Second category of diseases are acquired disease. What is the difference between congenital and acquired diseases? The congenital diseases are genetic disorders which are transmitted from one to another generation through the chromosome. These are then genetic disorders. These can be detected prenatally and have early symptoms. These have early symptoms. This can be detected earlier. Prenatal detection can be done from it. Okay. So the congenitals can be detected prenatally detected with early symptoms. These are described through, these are easily described through genetic disorder. These are genetic disorders. Okay, genetic disorders. The congenital, next to congenital, acquired disorders. The acquired disorders develop in individual during the lifetime. These develop during lifetime. During lifetime of individual, this develop. This again divided into two categories such as communicable diseases. The acquired diseases are divided into communicable disorders and another non-communicable disorders. Communicable and non-communicable disorders. Let's see what are communicable disorder, what are non-communicable disorder. Okay. First, communicable disorders. First come to communicable disorders. The communicable disorders are a type of acquired disorder which are transmitted from infected to healthy individuals. These are type of acquired disorder transmitted from infected to healthy individual to healthy, transmitted from infected to healthy individual. It can be transmitted by many type of living agent or non-living agents. Okay, this can be categorized by the basic agents. There are number of vectors for these communicable disorders. Okay, these are categorized on the basis of the agent causing disease. Then non-communicable disorders. Non-communicable. These non-communicable disorders do not spread from infected to healthy individual. These tend to be do not spread. The symptoms are delayed symptoms, not early symptoms. Symptoms delayed than the communicable disorder. These do not transmit and tend to be a longer duration disorder. The duration is longer duration. Okay, longer duration. Suppose we will take the example of blood pressure, arthritis. These are non-communicable disorders. Communicable are suppose malaria, filaria. These are communicable disorders. Okay. Then come to the concept of pathogen and parasite. What are the differences? What are really pathogens and what are parasites? Pathogen. Pathogens are any type of disease causing organism or disease causing agent called as pathogen. Okay, the pathogens are disease causing agent or any disease causing. This pathogen produces they enter into the body and produces different type of diseases. The ability of pathogen is called as pathogenicity. It is called as pathogenicity, and the effect of pathogen or degree of pathogenicity is called as virulence. The degree of pathogenicity is called as virulence. Okay. Then what are parasites? The parasites are different from pathogen. How they are different? These parasites are living agents. Parasites are living agents. The parasites are always living agents. They enter to host for food and shelter. They enter for food and shelter, and secondarily they also became the source of causing disease inside a host. All the parasites are pathogen, but all pathogen are not parasites. Okay, these are the. Then come to another concept, that is disease causing agents. The factor that is a disease causing agents are not always pathogen or parasites. Any factor or substance that cause disease in its presence, in its absence, in its deficiency is called as a agent. Okay, the disease causing agent is a factor. It is a factor whose presence cause disease. Suppose bacteria, virus, their presence causes disease. The factor when present in body it causes disease. Its absence also causes disease. Suppose we will take the example of deficiency of vitamins. The deficiency also causes disease. The excess, when it became excess, when it is deficient. Suppose excess of growth hormone, it is a factor, it causes gigantism. Deficiency, it causes dwarfism. causes dwarfism. So these are the abnormal conditions. So the disease causing agents are the factor. The disease is caused due to their presence, absence, deficiency or excess. Okay. The various type of factors are again categorized into different types. Again categorized into different types. Physical factors, chemical factors, biological factors, nutritional factors and mechanical factors. Then mechanical factors. These are the different factors causing disease. Okay. First come to physical factors. The physical factors are temperature, sound, humidity, radiations like X-ray, UV ray. These are different physical factors. Chemical factors. There are two different group of chemical: endogenous, exogenous chemical. Endogenous chemicals means these are hormones. They are synthesized and released. Exogenous, they are synthesized, stored for a period, then released. Synthesis and release when takes place at a time, it is endogenous, otherwise it is exogenous. Okay. Then next to biological agents. Biological factors are bacteria, virus, these are biological factors. Then nutritional factors, vitamins, minerals, these are nutritional factors. Then mechanical factors, any type of injury, fracture, then dislocations which caused due to external force are called as the agents of disease. Okay. Then come to transmission of disease. Okay. These are various type of factors. Then how the diseases are transmitted, transmission of disease. If we consider the transmission, there are two different ways of transmission of disease. Transmissions are two types. These are not transmission, direct transmission or indirect. The direct transmission deals with the direct contact. That means there is no intermediate agent. There is no intermediate agents here. Intermediate agent. In indirect transmission, there are agents. The agents are vectors. What are the direct transmission method? When we are contacting with the infecting person, it is directly transmitted, direct transmission. When we come in contact with droplets at the time of coughing, sneezing, such type of diseases like cold, pneumonia, influenza, these are transmitted through contact. Contact with soil, tetanus, blood poisoning, these are transmitted by contact with soil. Contact with soil. Suppose animal bite, it is direct contact. Dogs bite us, rabies virus enter into bloodstream, it is direct contact. So through placenta, HIV, German measles, syphilis, such type of disorders are transmitted through placenta. So these are direct disorders. In indirect transmission, there is a intermediate carrier or agent called as vectors. The most common vectors found in Arthropoda phylum. Okay, Arthropoda phylum. Except Arthropoda, some other living organisms are also acting as vectors. Okay. Suppose we will take the example of houseflies. mosquitoes, tsetse fly, this cause indirect disorder. Vehicle borne disorder, food, water, ice, milk, these are also vehicle borne disorders. Airborne disorders, air, dust, they are the carrier of the pathogens. Formite borne method, actually the materials which were used by patient. So, formite borne materials used by patient, when used by healthy person, it causes the disease. Then human carriers, that means the infected human being when come in contact with normal individuals, they also become another carrier. Okay. So, these are the method of transmission, direct transmission, then indirect type of transmission of disease. You must have to remember Koch's postulates. Koch's postulates are to meant by Koch's postulates. In 1876, Robert Koch discovered that some of the 1876 Robert Koch discovered that some of the microorganisms are the source of disease causing individual or agent for human being. Okay, called as Koch postulates. So, how these pathogen create disease in our body? Okay, the modes of causing disease. Two method. The prime method is tissue damage. The second is toxin. Two method. Mechanical tissue damage or by producing toxin. By these two method, the pathogen causes disease in individual. The tissue damage, tissue damaging agents are proteins. The tissue damaging agents are mechanical forces or any other method they damage the tissue. They bore, they have any type of different type of devices for penetrating the skin or penetrating or boring different body parts. Then the toxins are of two types, exotoxin, endotoxin, already described about. So, what are exotoxins? The exotoxins are released as well as secreted immediately. Suppose this is the cell, the synthesis and release, at a time synthesis and release takes place. But endotoxins are, these are synthesized, stored, then released later. Here it is directly released during synthesis. These are the common difference between endo and exo. Suppose we will take the example of typhoid, plague, dysentery. These are caused due to endotoxin. The example of the exotoxins are proteins, endotoxins are lipopolysaccharides. These are lipopolysaccharides, these are simple proteins. This difference between exo and endotoxins. Okay. So, my dear students, it is all about the disease, pathogen, the mode of causing disease by pathogen, and we will discuss about different individual disorders in the forthcoming video. Thank you all. Thank you again for watching this.